ran into a problem with my technology. It was not being my friend. Hopefully, we're good. I hope we're good. Okay. I will do all of the usual stuff after I get this open. How is everybody? Oh, maybe there's nobody in. That was annoying. How are you? Hopefully, if anybody is here, you all are good. We are finally enjoying some decent weather, although it looks like it might rain, but we'll, I guess, cross that road when we come to it. I had an issue earlier with live and had to duck out. So I hope everybody comes back in. I need to okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my live. Hi, Wayne Grants. How are you? Hope you're having a great day. Ephraim Carbella, hello. We are going to be talking about the black-footed ferrets and the European mink tonight. Where are you guys from? I need just a few minutes to get people on. You're okay. That's cool. Okay. You don't know me, but okay. Wayne, okay. I don't know how old you are or anything like that, so nothing. Welcome everybody to live. Make sure make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe if you're not. Gotcha. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss another episode, and make sure you click that notification bell. Our poll for today is: what is the black-footed ferret dependent on as a food source? Is it A, gophers, B, rabbits, C, prairie dogs, or D, ground squirrels? That message will be no. No, we're not going to go there, Wayne Grant. Nope. Not the place, dude. Hi everyone, I am Charlie, and this is the Wildlife Replica World Live for Thursday, April 9th, 2026. Today we are going to be looking at the black-footed ferrets and the European mink. Let's get into the black-footed ferret. The black-footed ferrets. Hi, Corliss Jim Menzo Burgos. Sorry if I messed up your name. The black-footed ferret is listed as endangered. Sebastian, I can do that. Welcome to my live. We are going to be discussing the black-footed ferrets and the European mink today. The black-footed ferret is listed as endangered. Its population trend is calling for more drops in population. Not the best news, but it is what it is. The population is severely fragmented, and there are 206 mature individuals. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe for more endangered species. And yeah, let's continue on. Why is it endangered? The black-footed ferret's dependence on prairie dogs as a food source hurt it badly. And extinction almost seemed like a sure thing. And then it became worse. Because traveling west was canine distemper and something even worse. The plague. Yes, that plague. And that helped to drop numbers even lower. Because unfortunately, animals can get the plague. And it did. In 1981, a population of around 100 animals was found, but that population was decimated again by distemper and the plague. And another big issue that they face is, of course, loss of habitat. And that loss of habitat was due to conversion of the prairie into farmland. Yes, Black Plague, the Black Death. It's not Black Plague, it's bubonic plague. The Black Death was just a name for it because of those blisters, if you want to call them that. I know that's not what they call them, the buboes that people would get. As you have heard me say before, if a population drops too low, you can expect to see inbreeding. And as that takes place, it damages the immune system and it reduces reproductive success. So, back in 1985 and 1987, we took in just 18 ferrets from a known population in Wyoming into captivity. In 2008, there were 6 zoos that housed those animals. In 1991, we started reintroducing black-footed ferrets. We now have sites across 8 western states: Montana, South Dakota, Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, Arizona, Kansas, and New Mexico. There is also a site in Mexico and in Canada, and the species is listed in CITES Appendix 1, and it is listed on the United States Endangered Species List. So, any questions up to this point? Okay, I don't see anything. So we're going to keep going. The black-footed ferret can be seen in one zoo in Canada, the Toronto Zoo, and in the United States, they can be found in 19 zoos. I'm not going to name all of them because that takes time. Hello, everybody that may have just popped in. My name is Charlie. This is the wildlife. I always get my name wrong. I always get the channel name wrong. This is the Wildlife Replica World. Hello, everybody. And today we are talking about the black-footed ferrets and the European mink. So the zoos here, some of the zoos that you can see these guys in the United States include the Dakota Zoo, the El Paso Zoo, the Louisville Zoo, the Phoenix Zoo, and the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. We are seeing births, and we're seeing growth. Again, though, we're facing issues. Hopefully, we can save the species. Are those called stats too? Or is that a different ferrets? No. Stouts, I don't think are. Let me double check. No, stouts are not ferrets. Those are weasels. They're a type of weasel. That's actually ermine, I believe. Yes, so ermine is another name for the stout, also known as the short-tailed weasel. Really confusing, but stout is the ermine, if that makes sense. So they're not They are not a ferret. They are their own little thing. Don't forget to subscribe for more endangered species and click that bell so you never miss anything that I put out. Because sometimes, yes, I believe so. That is the problem when we deal with common names. That is a big issue. So, anytime that we are dealing with that, so this is the scientific name for ermine or stout. And this is, wait. I have to, because I don't have this down. They are in the same genus. So they are cousins. But they are not ferrets. That is the scientific name for the black-footed ferret. So, if you were put in charge of the black-footed ferret conservation budget for 2020, 8 people, high five it. Guys, if you're enjoying live so far, make sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're enjoying live. Don't forget to say hi. So, if you were to take on the budget of the black-footed ferret and you're going to decide which of these 3 main threats you would dedicate 80% of your money to fighting. Would you put it on habitat restoration, disease control, or securing the prairie dog food source? Let me know in chat and why you think that one of those 3 are the most urgent priority. And again, they are habitat restoration, disease control, or securing prairie dog food source. And with that, we are going to move into the European mink. So this is sort of a sad situation. European mink is a critically endangered animal. Their population trend is calling for more decreases. Their population is severely fragmented, and if we go back in time, we would see a change in their range. You would see a drop in over 80. You would see a reduction of over 85% since the 19th century. Okay, there you go. I don't know where I went. Where didst I go? Since the 19th century, again, they lost their range by they saw a reduction in their range of over 85% since the 19th century. The population, though, varies from country to country. In Russia, the species is listed as extinct or believed to be extinct in 66% of their country. In Romania, it said that their population is around 1,000 to 1,500. Yeah, I would check your message. Albion Acebron, sorry, not sure how to pronounce your name. Yes. Well, ground squirrels could be an issue, yes. So the mink does have issues across the board. Why they're endangered? And there's a few of these. Habitat loss, overexploitation, and the impact of introduced American mink. So, of course, we know that mink is a sought-after fur. And so what we did is, as the European mink was seeing these drops in population, they brought in American mink to fill that gap. And of course, as always happens, guys, when they bring in a new animal, it escapes or could escape. And that is what happened. They escaped the fur trade and they spread. And then we're also seeing where people are keeping the American mink as a pet, causing more problems. And of course, when you have two animals from the same genus, they can interbreed. And when they interbreed, that creates a real problem, because then your genetics are all messed up. It's sort of like, and I don't think this would work, but it's a good example. The elephants, the African elephants and the Asian elephant are in, I believe, the same genus. You know, I should check that before I open my mouth. You know what? Actually, better. Let me do this. Give me 1 second. I think, nope, I can't do that either. I love when I go to do something and I can't do it because it won't make any sense. Okay, well, I'm just going to have to do it. So, you have one elephant and another elephant, two different species, but if they're in the same genus, they can breed and maybe produce babies, right? But their genetics are not going to be that limits their ability to breed. And not limits their ability to breed, but what it does is it creates a new species, basically. Because it's not going to be a pure African elephant. It's not going to be the same Asian elephant either. It's going to be a mix of African and Asian. And that is not good for anybody, believe me. And of course, we can't rule out road casualties, possible poisoning, and all of that runs into issues. Just wondering that if you are not a subscriber, to subscribe down below. Give me a like. Let me know that you're there. And if you have questions, you can ask me questions at this point. I don't have anything else for you. So if you want to chat, you can chat. Or not. I am here to listen. I don't know if you guys can't chat or what. Hopefully you're all doing okay. I just want to say thank you for coming in. Guys, I don't have anything else to say tonight. So I'm probably going to sign off. And I will talk to you later. Or not. I finished my material, so we can chat, but I don't think there's anybody else in live. I have to see if I can update my Google. On my phone. I may not be able to. I'm curious how many that makes sense. Well, we're almost to 480 subscribers. Woohoo! That is awesome. Thank you, guys. New video hopefully will be up sometime this weekend. Would love to see more of you coming into chat and chatting with us, because that makes it more fun and more interesting. Love you all for coming in. Our next animal is slated to be the Asian elephant, I think. But our next live on this channel is going to be the corpse flower. So that should be fun. And I think we're doing the water arum also. So that'll be next week. And then we have the northern hairy-nosed wombat the following week, and the pied tamarin. I think I'm adding in. I have no idea. I have no idea. Not on this channel, we didn't. I have 6 showing. I don't know what's going on. One, two, three. African elephant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what's the other video? Content, video. Hi, Jennifer Bailey. 2428. Hello. Sorry, I did not see you come in. I do apologize. No, I don't have that yet. Probably because it's slated for something else, is what I'm thinking. I don't know. Jennifer, how are you? From the looks of your emoji, I'm not sure. So the topic is done for right now. This is sort of an open chat time. We were discussing the black-footed ferret and the European mink. But whenever I finish my material, then I generally open it up for chat. And so that's what's going on. Sorry if you're not here. But yeah, so I need to add to this because that's not right. I will have to update. Another daytime meteorite. Wow. We will be doing a plant next week. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and update lives for May. And add that into my little list. Hopefully everybody, we could be. So we're going to be doing Titan Arum and Water Arum on the 16th. The 23rd, we're doing Northern Hairy-Nosed Wombat and the Shark Bay Bandicoot. And then April 30th, the Pied Tamarin and Cotton-Headed Tamarin. And then May, we're doing Indiana Bat, Hawaiian Monk Seal, Vancouver Island Marmot, Dwarf Ibis, and the Red-Crowned Roofed Turtle. And we will pair those up with other stuff. Shark Bay Bandicoots. I believe. Yes, Shark Bay Bandicoots. Yeah. So we have some really cool stuff coming up, I think, anyway. I have not added things to this list yet. So keep that in mind. I need to probably go in and just update what I do have. Yeah, it is. They're both marsupials. Both the wombat and the bandicoots. Why did it? Oh, I know why. Delete. Doot. Okay. Now we're going to go back and we're going to add in May. Because why not? Love it when my fingers don't do the action. Okay. So I will be adding in animals to back those up because we know that doing one animal a night doesn't cut it. So I will figure those out later. But so this channel, for those of you who might be new, this channel focuses on conservation. And so coming up in October, we have binturong and large spotted civet, hog deer and southern poodoo, sei whale and Rice's whale, Carpathos frog and the Cretan frog, and then on the last day of October, we are doing, for us anyway, we're doing the eastern gorilla and the western gorilla. So it's going to be eastern lowland gorilla and the western lowland gorilla. And I have not done November yet. Yeah, but I don't want to get, it takes me long enough to get two done. adding 4 just, I don't want to be rushed. Either that or we can do something else with it. I don't know. But that is what is coming up in July. July is going to see us doing an entire month of fish. And then October 6th, we are doing the raccoon, the Titicaca water frog in August, along with the Texas blind salamander thrown in there. We're going to be talking about Cambodian cinnamon. I only do pairs. I don't want to add to the confusion in my head. And I'm afraid of doing too much and not having time to do it. So we'll stick with 2. I think 2 is good. Yeah. I know I would cover more animals that way. But time is time. And like there was no way I was going to be able to get 4 squeezed in today. So 2 is I know it's early. And we actually probably had like 30 minutes of extra time. But yeah, I don't want to jump the gun on stuff, so I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to try and get some editing done. I will talk to you later. Be good, everybody, and I will see you in the next one.